Hey everybody, this is Chuck Marone with Strong Towns. Have you ever driven by a construction site and seen the cones and barriers and all the things protecting workers? Hold that thought in your head for a second. We know how to do that kind of safety really, really well. We know how to take care of construction workers because we've seen a lot of construction workers die. A lot of these job sites can be very dangerous, traffic driving through very quickly. People are mere feet away from that traffic stream. When we don't take adequate steps to ensure worker safety, workers get killed. And I think we've seen a dramatic reduction in worker deaths, but occasionally it still happens. I did this kind of work for a number of years, both as an engineer, but also out in the field doing inspection work and working with people who are doing this kind of work. You're standing there, it's really, really dangerous at times. I'm gonna tell you else what is really dangerous. Walking is really dangerous in a lot of places. Biking is really dangerous in a lot of places. There's a bridge here in my hometown of Brainerd where you cross the Mississippi River, and the sidewalk on the edge of it is, I don't know, about 4 feet, 5 feet wide. It's really, really narrow. In fact, my wife said, I would never bike across that. She takes this long, circuitous route. She goes, I would never bike across that. I feel like one tiny mistake and you're dead. And really, legitimately, that is how I feel as well. You are biking just a couple feet from cars going 40, 50 miles an hour. It's very aggressive. It feels very dangerous. It is very dangerous. Some workers were out because there was a little runoff issue on the side of the bridge. Workers were out repairing that the other day, and I noticed they had all the cones up, all the barriers up, all the stuff set up to make the job site safer for people. They had gone in and on a temporary basis put in kind of the cones leading up. There was a little sign that kind of indicated, hey, slow down, something's up here. When you got there, there were barriers out, so there was actually like a physical thing that if you ran into it, even though the traffic at that point was going slow, if you had somehow ran into this, you still were not going to hit the workers who are out there doing this work. Let's be clear. I think this is a really good thing. I think this is the kind of thing you do on a construction site when you care about people, right? This is the kind of thing you do when you want people to actually be safe. And, again, if you actually care about the impact on their lives, why don't we care about the person who's out in the stroller? Why don't we care about the person who's out biking? Why don't we care about the person who's walking along this same stretch? Why do they, standing there, have to be exposed? More exposed in many ways, because a lot of this construction was going on the abutment. It was not right on the edge of the road. Why do we have all of these other people, just normal people going about their work, exposed to this aggressive, dangerous level of traffic on a day-to-day basis, day after day, as part of our design? I'm going to tell you what the big difference is. With the workers, you actually have a union who advocates on their behalf. They actually organize, they demand these changes. You actually have engineers like myself who are out there on the project site when it's being constructed, experiencing this themselves in real time. You see the safety concerns. If someone is hurt, if someone is killed, you as the engineer actually have to go out and confront the whole job site. You have to deal with that. It is not an abstraction. When a person gets killed there, weeks later, months later, years later, it is more abstract. They don't have a union advocating for them. They don't have an organization of people saying, here's, we're going to demand this and this on behalf of the people who are walking across here or going out and biking across here. And we certainly don't have to go out and confront that reality. We are not forced to, in a sense, in the moment, deal with the trauma and the fear and all the things that go along with it. This is not to say that engineers are heartless people. I have worked with many engineers I don't know anyone that I would call heartless. I certainly have seen engineers cry at the deaths of people that they've never met and would never know. So there's a lot of care and compassion, but without kind of an immediate advocate, without someone who's there kind of carrying the water for safety, it's just not going to happen. And I want you to, next time you go through a construction zone, just note all the things we do to keep people safe and understand we could do those things all the time. There's no reason why we couldn't have bollards. There's no reason why we couldn't have physical separation. There's no reason why we couldn't slow traffic down, especially in these areas where we know there's pedestrian and biker conflicts. We actually have the capacity to do this. The fact that we don't is the thing that should be most telling.